Sketches by Boz, Section 1, Preface, and Our Parish, Chapter 1. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Reading by Brad Philippone. Sketches by Boz, by Charles Dickens. Preface. The whole of these sketches were written and published one by one when I was a very young man. They were collected and republished while I was still a very young man, and sent into the world with all their imperfections, a good many, on their heads. They comprise my first attempts at authorship. With the exception of certain tragedies achieved at the mature age of 8 or 10, and represented with great applause to overflowing nurseries, I am conscious of their often being extremely crude and ill-considered, and bearing obvious marks of haste and inexperience, particularly in that section of the present volume which is comprised under the general head of Tales. But as this collection is not originated now, and was very leniently and favourably received when it was first made, I have not felt it right either to remodel or expunge, beyond a few words and phrases here and there. Our Parish, Chapter 1. The Beadle, the Parish Engine, the Schoolmaster. How much is conveyed in those two short words, the parish! And with how many tales of distress and misery, of broken fortune and ruined hopes, too often of unrelieved wretchedness and successful knavery, are they associated! A poor man with small earnings and a large family just manages to live on from hand to mouth, and to procure food from day to day. He has barely sufficient to satisfy the present cravings of nature, and can take no heed of the future. His taxes are in arrear. Quarter day passes by, another quarter day arrives. He can procure no more quarter for himself, and is summoned by the parish. His goods are distrained. His children are crying with cold and hunger, and the very bed on which his sick wife is lying is dragged from beneath her. What can he do? To whom is he to apply for relief? To private charity? To benevolent individuals? Certainly not. There is his parish. There are the very parish vestry, the parish infirmary, the parish surgeon, the parish officers, the parish beadle, excellent institutions, and gentle, kind-hearted men. The woman dies. She is buried by the parish. The children have no protector. They are taken care of by the parish. The man first neglects and afterwards cannot obtain work. He is relieved by the parish, and when distress and drunkenness have done their work upon him, he is maintained, a harmless, babbling idiot, in the parish asylum. The parish beadle is one of the most, perhaps the most, important member of the local administration. He is not so well off as the churchwardens, certainly, nor is he so learned as the vestry clerk, nor does he order things quite so much his own way as either of them, but his power is very great notwithstanding, and the dignity of his office is never impaired by the absence of efforts on his part to maintain it. The beadle of our parish is a splendid fellow. It is quite delightful to hear him as he explains the state of the existing poor laws to the deaf old women in the board-room passage on business nights, and to hear what he said to the senior churchwarden, and what the senior churchwarden said to him, and what we, the beadle and the other gentlemen, came to the determination of doing. A miserable-looking woman is called into the board-room, and represents a case of extreme destitution, affecting herself, a widow with 6 small children. "Where do you live?" inquires one of the overseers. "I rents a 2 pair back, gentlemen, at Mrs Brown's, number 3, Little King William's Alley, which has lived there this 15 year, and knows me to be very hard working and industrious, and when my poor husband was alive, gentlemen, has died in the hospital." "Well, well," interrupts the overseer, taking a note of the address, "I'll send Simmons, the beadle, to-morrow morning to ascertain whether your story is correct, and if so, I suppose you must have an order into the house. Simmons, go to this woman's the first thing to-morrow morning, will you?" Simmons bows assent, and ushers the woman out. Her previous admiration of the board, who all sit behind great books, and with their hats on, fades into nothing before her respect for her lace-trimmed conductor, and her account of what has passed inside increases, if that be possible,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?